Hello, everybody. It's Saturday night. Brojo here. Got sad news to bring to you guys. Sebastian Janikowski will not be returning next year. The Raiders decided that they're just going to have to part ways with him and go in a different direction. Sebastian Janikowski was drafted in the year 2000, the first round, the 17th overall pick. And, man, like, not a lot of people get drafted in the first round that are like punters or play scares and stuff. You usually got your quarterbacks, your linemen, all those other marquee names. But for him to get drafted in the first round was just wow. They Raiders really did that. And some people will, I was too young, but a lot of people say that in the late '90s, um, the Raiders could have won a couple more games to have a more decent kicker. So when it came to the draft and they drafted Sebastian Janikowski, excuse me, it made sense. This guy had a cannon for a leg, dude. Even when the Raiders sucked, I always could count on the range that this guy had was just ridiculous. Like 60-yard field goals. He could do them. Not all the time, but he had a better chance than almost everybody else in the league. I think like people like Jason Nealon and Matt Prater, they're the only people that come to my mind that, you could be like, oh, they could kick it that far too. Yeah, dude, it was really terrible because this last year Janikowski did not play. He had a back injury. He's aging, and it's really terrible that Janikowski has to go just when John Gruden gets back. The year before when we went 13-3, Janikowski, he at least had one winning season before he left. Last year, Trevecchio cost us a couple games, but dude, Sebastian, like, he had to tough it out for a lot of bad years in Oakland, dude. It felt really cool that when they started out. When he got there, they just started winning. Before you know it, he was in the Super Bowl. And, well, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's something I don't want to remember anymore. But, man, Sebastian Janikowski he's actually one of my favorite players of all time and stuff. I've been into the Raiders my whole life. But when I really got into it was when we got drafted Sebastian, dude. That's when I started paying attention to everybody on the roster. And my favorite moment was, I forgot what year it was, but they were in Cleveland, and this is when Sebastian was going for a 61 or 63-yard field goal, and the TV commentator was saying, "Don't laugh, he could do this." And it was like a 61, 63-yard field goal. Like, the ball was placed like on the logo midfield. Like, and he kicked it, he goes through, and dude, it just feels good when you could have like a kicker with a monster leg just do some freakish freaking plays, dude. And it's gonna be a real bummer that he's not gonna be with us anymore, I'm afraid that we're gonna get a new generic kicker that's just gonna look like everybody else. Sebastian stood out. The last Oakland Raider kind of guy, Let me tell you guys a real quick story that I had, about me and my friend and stuff. We were watching Monday Night Football, and we're just having a few beers and we're just talking, and then the Sebastian Janikowski, his name came up, and my friend wasn't too fond of him, and he says all he does is do coke and beat up hookers and stuff. And I just laughed it off like, no, he doesn't. He does get into trouble, but he won't do that. The next week, Sebastian Janikowski gets in trouble for cocaine and beating up hookers. It was like, oh my God, come on, Seabass. That's what I mean when he's like one of those last real Raiders that, like, when you think of Rebel Raiders, you think of like John Matusek, who are just like, oh, just hooligans shit. And Janikowski was, he's the last couple of years he cleaned up really good, but when he got started, man, he was getting into trouble with the law, and it was just, I don't know, he just, for some reason, just because he played for Raiders. That mistake just fit fine. I don't know if he would be given like better chances elsewhere if he played for a different team. And is he gonna get signed in the future? I don't think so. You know, like I said, he had back injuries, and he's aging, and he's gonna want like a big salary because, dude, we given him big salaries before, man. We made him the highest paid kicker in the league. So for him to go to another team, that team is gonna have to take a 39-year-old kicker, and they might have to pay him a pretty penny unless he wants to take a pay cut. It's still gonna be difficult for him to go to another team. Excuse me about that. But as of right now, we got Giorgio Tervecchio, who I don't have high hopes for. I hope we move on from him, look for somebody else. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.